studio for the next 2 weeks. Let me give you a little tour. So this is the view from my studio, and this is what everything looks like from the outside. I have these 3 spaces. This art center, in there is my cabin where I've been sleeping, and then this is the studio where we just were. I just got here yesterday, but this is the building that I think I'm going to be working in the most. It is smaller, but I like the light in here better. So I have my canvases and all of my painting stuff is set up right here. And this painting I actually started back in Salt Lake, but I think I'm gonna make these 2 trumpeter swans, which are native to the area. And we have my cute little wood stove. I got this crank in yesterday when it was really cold, and somebody decorated it with these cute little chalk drawings. So adorable. And then there's this other room in here where I have not set anything up, but it's really nice in the evening because the sun sets towards the west. So this room is really filled with light in the evening. And yesterday was the solstice, so I've had just tons of light. Up in here is my little cabin. Here's my little kitchen, all my food for the week or 2 weeks. There's a bathroom, and then my bedroom is in this little space. I'm just off the heels of a girls trip with my friends to Alaska. I was up there with 5 other people. We did a ton of traveling, a ton of partying, and I'm exhausted. I do kind of feel like I haven't worked in a week, so I gotta work, but then I'm also really tired, so I'm trying to rest. Directly across from my cabin is this little old school building. I'm just not really feeling it as much as the other studio. So the door is really hard to open. Studio space is a lot bigger and it has a sink, but they're just like, I don't know, I like the vibe of the other one better. There's some really cool art in here. The bison on the ceiling. And then this chair that says Chuck Norris from Walker, Texas Ranger. Is this an authentic thing? Check out these drawings. I'm obsessed with them. The cranes. This one's my favorite. Like a naked nymph dancing with a sandhill crane. Now that I'm in here, I'm like, maybe I should move everything in here because it has a futon so I could lay down. We shall see. And then back behind my cabin is just woods. And it's so beautiful today. Almost feels wrong to go back and paint. I brought my gravel bike. I have a big ride coming up that I need to stay in shape for. I should probably try to ride it like every day or every other day. Stay in shape. There's a great road to ride on. There's so many cool birds. I scared a Swainson's hawk yesterday and it swooped right over me. It was really cool and kind of scary. This whole field is filled with lupines, and then there's that one paintbrush just standing up there. And this is the little campus where my studio is. That building with the white roof over there. I thought I was gonna be able to like lay down here and read my book, but it is so buggy. There's so many mosquitoes, so I'm gonna head back. No cranes, but I did see an elk in the woods over there. So dang pretty out here. So I took a bunch of pictures of wild irises yesterday and then learned from this book that Iris was the Greek god of rainbows, which just felt very appropriate, especially yesterday because it was so rainy and there was a lot of rainbowy vibes happening. Weather forecast, and it's supposed to rain the next like 5 days too. On one hand, it's like more studio time because I always feel more able to focus and like be inside when the weather's not so good. Part of me is like a little disappointed because I'm supposed to be riding my bike and I also want to like go explore. Either way, today is going to be a major studio day. It's really coming down. So I'm gonna build a fire, and I want to show you how I do it because I just learned how to do it from a YouTube video. I know how to make a fire, but this guy was like, this is the best way to do it in the wood stove. You need 2 pieces on the bottom. So you make a little V. Fold your paper. Okay, let me get some little pieces. Cardboard. And then light it. Hear that? While we do some rainy day painting, I thought I'd talk a little bit about where I am and why I'm here because I just realized I haven't explained that yet. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Kristen and I'm a full-time artist. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm currently in Southwest Montana at the Taft-Nicholson Center for Environmental Humanities, which is run by the University of Utah. The Environmental Humanities program at the U was actually started by Terry Tempest Williams, who is an environmental writer and activist, and I have a few friends in Salt Lake who are in the master's program, which is how I found out about this artist residency in Montana. I actually went to undergrad in Southwest Montana at Montana State Bozeman, so Southwest Montana in particular feels like a very special place to me. The center is on the edge of the Red Rock Lakes National Wildlife Refuge, which is a 53,000-acre wetland that houses a ton of birds and other wildlife. When the refuge was established in the 30s, the main priority was preserving habitat for waterfowl, primarily trumpeter swans, which at the time were critically endangered with only about 200 known individuals in all of the U.S. Now their population is super healthy and the area is one of their biggest breeding grounds. The Centennial Valley is super remote, and because of its status as a refuge, there's strict regulation on development and interference from humans, which makes it like a nearly pristine environment. My job as the artist in residence was to simply enjoy the space and have some uninterrupted time where I could work on a new body of work. I wanted to focus on a series of larger paintings on canvas, which is something I don't have a lot of time to do at home, where I'm busy trying to maintain my online shop, do art markets, and generally make a living from my artwork. This was such a beautiful place to have time to reflect and reset. I didn't get paid to be here, and I will repay the center with the gift of a piece of art, and I had to buy all my own food and supplies, but it was definitely worth it. I was out of cell service for 2 weeks with the only goal to make art and soak up my surroundings. I'm walking through sort of a berry area right now. I was just whistling to myself, but I feel like I should talk. And I've been wanting to record some of my thoughts, I guess, on how I'm feeling at this point in my residency. I have felt a lot of different things, primarily actually kind of self-doubt. I thought that maybe it would be a more like ecstatic experience, but it's proving to be just the same as my normal studio life, but a little lonelier in a more beautiful place. I really miss my friends. I miss my house and my cat, but I'm in a really beautiful spot. Like, I'm in a field of wildflowers. I think that is partially contributing to me feeling bad. It's so beautiful and I'm so lucky, so I should feel differently, but I don't know, I just feel like contextless almost. Like I'm missing what makes me me. I don't know like what I'm trying to say with the work that I'm making, and I feel like I'm having a hard time articulating what I want out of art making, I guess. I just don't feel how I expected to feel, I guess. I don't feel bad, I just feel not great. And maybe I'll feel differently at the end, but right now I just kind of feel lonely. I'm feeling weird, and I'm on a lonely walk in bear country. But look at all these flowers. So many paintbrush just popped out in the last couple of days. Hey bear! Hey bear! Hey bear! I think also I keep waiting for some aha moment where I'm like, oh yeah, this is what my time here is for and what it means and what my art means and what my art is for. And I don't expect that in my daily life. Like I'm just like, okay, another day, maybe I'll make some art that I like and maybe I won't. And I need to just like chill out, not take it so seriously, not take myself so seriously, because that's what I do when I make stuff that I love, is like not take myself so seriously. Like, who cares? Feeling weird. My arm's tired. That lonely walk was definitely a low point for me. I was grappling with all of my expectations and putting so much pressure on myself. I decided that I would allow myself a little bit more time outside of the studio to explore and be inspired, and it definitely helped. I worked on some smaller pieces, which is more in my comfort zone, and I felt like I was finding my groove again. I rode my bike out to this lake a couple times. It's so hard to capture how big the sky is in this valley. With the reflection of the water, it just felt like this magical, otherworldly space that I wanted to capture in my work. One of my responsibilities as the artist in residence was to give a talk to this group of undergrads who were here. I basically just talked about my journey to becoming an artist, and they invited me on this little hike the next day, which was so lovely. It's so nice to go on hikes and adventures with people who are so interested in ecology. They're from a pretty diverse background of interests. Some of them are art students, and then some of them are science, ecology, geology students. That night, I let them borrow some of my paints to do a little rock painting activity, and they were so creative and did such a good job. My last night in the valley was the 4th of July. I haven't celebrated the 4th in a very long time, but I was invited to participate in the parade that the very few residents of the valley put on every year. I was assigned the role of Lady Liberty, so that's what this is. Gotta clean this place up. I made 10 paintings in 2 weeks. still not done yet. Gotta finish the edges. These might be my favorite thing that I made, these little wildflower paintings. This one is a beard tongue, and it has little barbed wire on the side. I really like painting these little guys. They're like, feels like painting a little box or something. Some shooting stars. They all have different sides, and I think they just look so cute together. Just joyful to make, and I love how they look. They're just cute. And with that, my time in Montana came to a close. I'm really grateful to everyone at the center who helped me find my temporary place in this ecosystem. Specifically, thank you to Carol and Mike, MA, Melissa, Margaret, and the Tafts. This experience really pushed me, took me outside of my routine and my comfort zone. I'm back home now, feeling super refreshed and ready to get back to my normal routine. I have so many new reference photos to paint from, and this experience will be a happy place and a well of inspiration, I'm sure, for a long time. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more of what I get up to in this artist's life, you can subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram. I hope you have a really great rest of your day. Bye.
Oh my god, I made you